Hey guys. So, I was just thinking how, we don't really give a lot of credit to our Muslim women, right? Um yeah, I've noticed that. Like, we don't really give a lot of credit. We tend to ridicule a lot more than we, try to give them credit where it's due, right? And I used to find myself, guilty of that too, right? Like sometimes, you know, we expect them to be at a level, right, where we don't even expect that from ourselves as men, right? And so it's like, yeah, I mean, I feel like, there's a lot of our women out there, they do a lot for, just to, uphold their families, right? Like, yeah, man, especially in the society that we live in, right? Where, there's a lot of issues, right? A lot of fitna out there, right? For our women, especially. And so, and despite all of this temptations and all of this, things around them, right? Like they're still, dedicated to their families, right? Like they're still, trying to, help their parents, their mothers, right? As much as sometimes, we all can do a little better, right? But, just the idea of just them, just being there for their families, right? Being there, for those who are married, their husbands and, their kids, you know. And yeah, man, without the Muslim women, right? The kids is, I mean, if you look around, like, most of the, um, most of the raising, right? And most of the taking care of and nurturing comes from the Muslim woman, right? And so, yeah, we don't give a lot of credit, right? Where it's due, you know, um, the fact that, they put their own needs, right, to the side for the better of the family, right, for the better of her husband, her kids, right. And so, yeah, man, especially like I said, in the society that we live in, right, where it's like, it's not like previous generations where, the mothers then, they weren't faced with the stuff that this generation is faced with, right, with like the whole social media, and everything around you. So it's like, yeah, man, and it's tough, it's tough. But I think the least we can do as men, right, is to, just empower our women more, right? Just make them feel like, you know, that, they're being, you know, um, rewarded for the things that they do, right? Um, for a lot of the, yeah, just a lot of the sacrifices, right? A lot of the sacrifices that they make for the betterment of, their families and for the society, right? um yeah, man, like I said, I'm also guilty of that too, right? We don't really give credit, right? Sometimes we tend to criticize, or we just we sometimes we just think like, oh, you're a woman, you should know, like you should know and you shouldn't complain, right? It's like we sort of put women at a level where, you know we expect them to be able to be strong, right? And it's like, at the end of the day, women are humans, right? Like, at the end of the day, they're not angels, they're not, and I mean that in the sense that, they have feelings, they have emotions, they have, days where they might be tired, right? Days where, you know the kids might be annoying them, and so it's like, but, the good thing that a lot of our women do, they don't really show the bad, right? Like they try to at least keep that away from the kids, right? Because, the especially a kid, he might not, want to see his parents in a bad mood, right? And so a lot of our, women, they're kind of covering a lot of their sufferings, a lot of their pain, for the sake of, the family, right? And so, I think we just gotta, as men, I think we just gotta support our women, right? Just, give them credit, let them know that, the sacrifices that they're making, is being rewarded, right? Is being rewarded with God, right? And that's most important, right? And 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 I think as men, we could also do more to, you know, help our women, right? Um, for those who are married, right? Like, sometimes give your wife a break, right? Like give sometimes, you know, give her a break. Like tell her, today, just relax, do what you want to do what you love. Today I'll take care of the kids, right? Um, and yeah, man, I mean, that's the least we can do, right? Like, I'm not saying that, and I'm not saying that, you have to spend 24 hours with the kids 7 days a week, right? But at least, dedicate a day or two, right? Like more if you want, right? Just, give your wife a break sometimes, let her know, um, that, yeah, just give her a break, a lot of our women, who knows, they might be suffering from, depression, right? They might be suffering from loneliness, right? They might be with someone, but at the same time, they might feel lonely, right? Um, but it's like, when you look at her, she look like she has it all together, right? Um, and yeah, like this is just her, maybe putting her own needs to the side, right? Just to sort of make sure the family is straight, right? Um, but yeah, I just felt like, speaking on this. Yeah, man, sometimes we often forget, right? Like we often forget sometimes, as men, we tend to be selfish, right? We tend to just, focus on us, right? And our own needs, right? We're like, oh, this, that, but you know, I think we gotta be more like we have to try to be more selfless, right? Um, but yeah, so yeah, that's all I wanted to say, for this video. Yeah, man, just look after your woman, man, care for your woman, um, support her, in every way, right? Um, and try to make her life easier, and vice versa, right? Everybody should try to, you know, serve one another, right? That's 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 the purpose, right? Like at the end of the day, like we're here to serve God, right? And through that, we have to serve each other too, that's what connects us to God, right? Is the idea that we're willing to serve one another, you know, for a bigger purpose, right? For God, right? You know. Um, but yeah, so that's all I wanted to say, for this video. Um, yeah, I'll catch you guys another time.